Hello Twitch, hello YouTube, it is I, VannKraken. It is a Thursday night World of Warships Legends stream. We're going to do a quick stream tonight, our last stream before Halloween. I'm going to be traveling this weekend, so this is my last chance to knock out my weekly Havoc, and we're staring at it. I'm pretty close, you guys. I did some homework. I got a lot of this done prior to tonight's stream, so tonight's stream unfortunately is going to be a little bit short, but well, hopefully it's going to be relatively short if we can get this knocked out. Got some final packing to do. Going to Las Vegas this weekend for coaching a soccer tournament. Football for our friends in the UK. And kind of looking forward to that. It's going to be an interesting weekend with some hyped up 10-year-old girls that I coach. And not having a lot of players. Only have 10 players for a 9v9 format tournament, because we've had some people drop out due to family emergencies, to COVID, so it's going to be very interesting. I don't have any career center backs, so we're going to make it work the best that we can, which you do when you've got younger players. So we'll see how it goes. Hey Pixel, good to see you. Yes, things are going well. How are you doing, my friend? I am VannKraken. If you haven't seen me before, I am a 6-year World of Warships PC player and a World of Warships Legends alpha tester, which has been fun. It's been interesting in the World of Warships Legends world. There's been some controversy this week over the Duck of War flag. No one likes when their special or unique item becomes available to more people. So I see that there was quite a furor on that on some of the social media platforms and YouTube, and today people are talking about what ships are the most hard to find. I think it's the flag that's probably the most hard to find is the Duck of War, except for what I have, which is the Alpha Tester flag, and the Beta Tester flag are pretty hard to come by as well. But I can understand why people don't want their special stuff to go to a wider population. I have a Missouri, the original article from the PC side, and when it got spammed out to a lot of people earlier this year, it's kind of a bummer, I will admit. Hey Exiles, and hello to Free Time. How are you guys on Twitch? Anybody have any fun Halloween plans? I will be, again, coaching a couple games on Halloween, hopefully going to a final, so coaching a little bit late and then flying home. I've been flying on other holidays before. It's the first time I'll be flying on Halloween, so it'd be kind of interesting to see what the airport and air travel is like on a Halloween day. Is it a full moon out? I'm not sure. So anyway, Duck of War flag. Big controversy, you guys, this week. And then the other big announcement was the British carriers are coming out. They kind of said that on the stream a few weeks ago, so not too shocking. We had been given a bit of a heads up on that, if you'd watched the live stream that they had, I think about a week and a half ago. So those are going to be introduced probably as the early release line in the next update. There was some hints that maybe they teased about a campaign ship. I don't know if you guys saw that, if anyone might know what it's going to be. Pixel has to jump in to do some wows to get 3 weekly Havocs in 3 days. Oh. Can you catch up this time? I didn't know if they gated it or if you can catch up. You can do it. You can do it. You can, I mean, I don't know. I play what right now? Maybe 4 hours and I can knock out a full weekly Havoc. I mean, as long as you have a decent handful of some premium ships, it obviously helps accelerate things. Like tonight, what we have left is setting 6 fires. I took out last night. I think it was last night. I only had a little bit of time to play, like 3 games. So I took out Arizona, California, and 1 other battleship and got my 6 kills in 3 games. Maybe it was the 3rd game was a cruiser, Belfast. And then so that leaves me tonight with setting 6 fires, which we know will go to some of our go-to cruisers for that. 350 ribbons, something with a high rate of fire. We've got a couple of those. We don't have a Friesland, we don't have a Weimar, but we can make it work. And then Shakedown, the last one is to get a top 2 finish on your team. I kept getting top 2 finishes in the whole game over the last couple days, and I'm not making any progress on getting more than the 3 top finishes I have among the 5 or all teams in the 5 battles, because I keep getting second place. So some guy got my kill last night just at the last second, and I'm pretty dang sure that would have been another one. So usually that's not too hard to come by for me, but it just hasn't been clicking. I've been having a lot of teams that have been struggling, so wins have been harder to come by in general. How's it been for you guys? Has it been fun lately or feeling grindy? Definitely been a bit up and down for me. So we're just going to jump in, try to get stuff done. I'm not going to really count in and bother you guys. We do need to get some things completed here. So when I want fires, guys, best fire ship of late, sorry it's a premium, but you can see your sister ship next door. I think they're both Brooklyn class US Navy cruisers, the Helena and the Boise. 15 guns of fun. You could also use something like Miyoko or Mogami. Those are very effective too on the tech tree. But this guy has been my favorite of late for fire setting. It's just a good all-around ship. It's pretty durable. As long as you're not showing full broadside to people or exposing yourself to the really big guns, it can tank a little bit. And Boise has a heel that's kind of like the British heels. Exiles, your games have been meh. I've been jumping around and playing some different games of late just to kind of give myself a little bit of a rest. So I'll buy FIFA soon. FIFA's coming out for the holidays. That's the main sports title that I play. I've been playing kind of a first-person shooter vehicle hybrid in MechWarrior Online, which has actually been way more fun than I expected for a game that's 8 years old, but they're putting a bunch of recent energy into rebalancing and revamping. I'm playing a little bit of the new MMO from Amazon Games. They've been having some challenges with the end game play, which is PvP, player versus player. I'm just doing the player versus environment stuff, so I've been finding it really, really fun. Especially if I tell you guys like what the first RPG / well, there was no MMOs when I was young. There was only RPGs because there was no internet connection that wasn't dial-up, put it that way. When I was real young, my first computers, there was no internet at all. So I think the first RPG I played is called Ultima. Later they had Ultima Online, but I had it on a Commodore 64. 64 kilobyte. What was that? That was maybe the processor? Or maybe it was the onboard memory. It was the onboard memory, and then it had a floppy drive. So you should see. There's video I found of it, you guys. I might do some YouTube stuff for some of these other games I'm playing at some point in the relatively near future. And I found some video of Ultima, the original version I played on my Commodore 64, and you cannot believe how rudimentary it was. And before that, it was just text titles, like all text, no graphics. So those are the earliest adventure games that I played. They were basically, you know, all text, typing in commands and words to try to progress through the story. Like Zork, I think, was one of the first ones. So yeah, I've been playing some different stuff too. Just feeling a little tired of always doing the same thing. I've been doing so much ships for a while. Definitely last year it's been full-on ships heavy. Okay, so 6 fires. We're going to target the Miyoko. This is a really high shell loft ship. Broke 3 shells. We did get 3 hits at 14 kilometers. So hitting with this boat and its sister, her sister ship, Helena, at long ranges is difficult. Look at that Munchin. He's wanting to die. So you really have to have high lofting shots down to play Boise, Helena, Atlanta decently. So it's just practice. Oh crap, oh crap. This is the ship on our side that we don't want to show broadside to, right? But he would be a good option for setting on fire. So let's switch off to the Miyoko.
Enemy battleship detected. Concentrate fire on the
Gonna try to predict the Miyoko's turns. Whoops, how'd he get unselected? If your aimer goes all janky like that, it became unselected, and you can see that my shots went short and long. Yeah, I got it. Oh crap, I switched to armor piercing by accident. And we're getting way out to the side. A little further out than we want to be. Supposed to be demonstrating Boise's fire starting capabilities. Okay, I'm coming back, battleship. There, you want to fire, not an incapacitation. Coming back around. He shows broadside, it'll be easier. There's one. The shell caliber on this boat and Helena are a little bigger than Atlanta. So it's just the bigger the HE shell, more likely you're going to start a fire, which is why the battleship shells are so good at it, especially the British, right? Light cruiser's also effective, but it's more of a numbers thing. It's more of a 15 chances to hit, right? And a lower fire chance. I think it's, I can't remember exactly, maybe 10%-ish on this boat. It's higher like on the Japanese cruisers, like up to about 15%. Exile says, you got your weekly and effort challenges done. Milestone 95, awesome. So you've gotten some of the extra credit ones done too. Good job. I haven't been focusing on those as much. I've been getting them when they come. Not trying for them. And again, I've kind of I had a couple good weeks, really good weeks, and then of course it's going to be balanced out by some not as good weeks. My win percentage went up a point and then back down a point. Okay. We're keeping our aim selector off of the destroyer right now until we get around the corner. Oh, he disappeared. Battleship should not be sitting broadside to the destroyer, eh? That's a good way to eat a full rack of torpedoes. And let's go ahead and let's use our hydro, our sonar 1, just in case. There's torpedoes coming on the edge of the island, which is probably where I would launch them. Team is doing well. Half our fires that we need. A couple games ago in this ship I had 20 in a single match. The destroyer retreat all the way on that edge. Battleship, what are you doing? Okay. I'm going to immediately turn as soon as I fire, because most likely he's going to be aiming at me, unless he sees the battleship and he just decides that's an easier target to hit. His positioning is kind of whack, so not exactly sure what he's doing. Come on. We're definitely warming up aim-wise right now, too. Takes me a game or two with these guys, these boats. We're lucky we can grab this cap before the New Mexico resets us. There's another fire. Aiming for the superstructure, yeah, he checked off for the battleship.
torpedoes dead ahead.
Okay, there's the DD.
Torpedoes dead ahead.
There's the benefit of still having our sonar running. Now let's shift focus. Mr. Benson, how are you doing, my friend? Shells are pretty effective against destroyers. He's turning. Have to watch out for the knives now. Come on. Our aim selector keeps going off onto the nearby ship. See a big effectiveness and damage output as soon as our guns rotate to his side. You gonna die by a torpedo? No, barely survives. Keep us kid.
Enemy destroyer blown up.
We'll take it. Oh, that was a dead Hulk of a ship in front of the eyes now. Okay, who's left? Is just the New Mexico?
That was a great battle.
Is he dead?
Victory is
No,
inside.
he's alive. Did he kill our... No. He must be behind the island. Do I know Artemis HD? I can't say I know the name. Exiles.
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
This poor New Mexico got himself extremely isolated where he really wasn't able to contribute or support. Going really, really wide all the way to the map border, especially in a US battleship, it's basically a way to not be in the game, right? You just don't have the speed to flex back to the center of the map or to a different flank. They're too damn slow. Oh, good grief. He's behind again. Yeah, no, sorry, man. Do not know. The name might be familiar, but...
All stations, concentrate fire on the target.
Cannot confirm that one.
I need support.
You guys got any new ships unlocked or anything that you like of late? I haven't seen Moist Dumplings tonight. I know he was posting on Discord they just got his Shimakaze.
Set a smoke screen.
He's enjoying it.
All stations, requesting
What is
fire on
up
the
with this
designated
battle
target.
between these two guys?
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
Oh, goodness. I mean, how can our Colorado not have killed this guy yet? Hey, there's another fire. Oh my,
It's done. Denied.
it's kind of silly.
That's how it's done.
Not a high damage contribution, but we've gotten done what we've needed to get done for the most part. We killed him before we could get the 6th fire. Damn it. Now we have to run one more game to get fires. All right, we'll change it up a little bit and drop down a tier. So, and there you have it again, finishing 2nd place again. So it just shows you guys, you don't need to have a huge damage total to get a really good experience points total, right? A lot of XP in this game for us. We did get 3 kills. Setting the fires helps, but getting that cap is a big deal. And hitting destroyers and sinking destroyers is a big deal. Really helps your score total. All right, we're going with my favorite ship. One of my favorite ships in the game, if not my favorite. That I haven't got to play as much lately. Hopefully I won't die before I can set a fire. Hey, Octane, what's up, man? Yeah, Helena, too. I got 5 in that one. I need 1 more. Yeah, I was telling exactly that. Boise and Helena are my 2 favorites for fire setting, along with Atlanta. But Atlanta tends to break shells a lot, so sometimes you don't set as many fires as you'd like. I actually took Equilibrium of Power off Norman Scott, which increases your HE shell penetration and alpha damage in favor, well, at the expense of fire starting chance. I took it off in the last fire challenge a couple weeks ago, and I've left it off for a while. So I have been setting more fires with my American cruisers. I use Norman Scott on pretty much everything. But High Octane on the Twitch side is absolutely 100% right that Helena is a great ship for fire setting. Boise has a slower rate of fire than Helena, so their fire chance is about the same. The gun arc is about the same, so you get more bang for your buck, more rounds per minute out of Helena. So I've just been having really fun games with Boise of late, being a really big pest, hanging around, hard to kill. Helena does not get a heal. So that's the trade-off, right? Hey, General, how are you? Good to see you. And Octane, how have you been, man? It's been a while. Hope you're doing well. We haven't been streaming as much on ships. Doing some YouTube content. Been actually playing some other games a bit in my free time, my spare time. There's Archer. Hey, you're just barely alive, so what's up? Nothing bad, I hope, or just busy? Just busy? Yeah, I know with your son, you're probably getting to the point where it's no longer just put them in a spot and keep them sedentary. They start moving around, it gets even harder and more tiring. Good, Octane. I'm glad you're doing well. 6 hours in the ER? What for?
Concentrate fire on the
Nothing
enemy warship.
personal, or hopefully nothing lasting. Definitely don't want to hear you guys are in the ER. Especially this day and age. I've been there and done that with my wife last year, who had to have an emergency surgery and stuff, pretty close to emergency surgery, and being in emergency rooms during COVID is definitely not fun. Extremely high blood pressure. Who, yourself? Hopefully something, well, at least that is manageable, eh? Right? Hopefully. I need to go to a doctor myself and get my checkup, which has been a long time coming. Hey, there's our fire. Got our fire, guys. Okay, well, I know blood pressure. There's so many different medicines to manage it. Hopefully they can figure out what the underlying cause is relatively easily for you. Yeah, sorry to hear that, man. Got enough going on. I'm generally a overanalyzer, and I stress quite a bit, and
Torpedoes, dead ahead.
I just
Engine boost activated.
I worry about my own heart. I need to get back into an exercise routine. I'm kind of the body type where I can eat pretty much whenever I want. I don't gain weight. I'm definitely more dad bod territory than I've ever been before. I do get out and run around at soccer practice when I'm coaching, but I need to get back into an exercise routine, which I've not had a solid one in a while because of so much work prior, and my work was really active, so it kept me busy and in decent shape, but I've fell off the wagon from my normal exercise routines. Nanochips in the vax. Near stroke level. Blame it on the COVID shot? When'd you get your COVID shot? I'll just tell you though, I mean, I just had, so we're doing a backyard project, landscaping project, and I met this gentleman twice at my house. I know he has multiple kids, not very old, not as old as me, maybe 45. And I got a call from the architect who's helping coordinate my project, and he died. And I presume he died of COVID. So if it's just temporary symptoms management from vaccine, if that's what it is. I mean, COVID itself is just, I have had that happen lately, this person dying, and then my nephew's high school golf coach, who was in his 40s, died, and my wife's best friend was in the hospital for 2 weeks with COVID and still has pneumonia and a bunch of other symptoms. So it's kind of crazy. It's a crazy time, right? June. Knowing what I know about that industry, I think that'd be a very delayed reaction. If you were going to get an extreme reaction to the vaccine, it would probably be quite quickly. But I'm not a doctor, I just play one on TV. I just did have quite a bit of time in human clinical medicine. Not cardiopulmonary for the most part, though. Well, hopefully they can hammer down what that is, my friend. Scary stuff. Just get some rest. If they told you to get some rest, take that seriously. Hey, Dallas. Dallas, you're supposed to say broadside. We already have our fire. We've done what we need to do. This is how terrible I am talking about my mission goals instead of a win. That's what these stupid weekly Havocs make us do. We're exploiting the Gneisenau's dispersion. Yeah, my wife's friend is overweight and has some heart issues and diabetes issues. So one doctor she had talked to had recommended not getting vaccinated because of that. But COVID took her within a couple inches of her life and she's not out of the woods yet. So in almost all situations for that, from what I've read, it's more beneficial to be vaccinated if you're going to be in contact with anybody who might give you COVID. So our key manager at work that we have supporting us, he has COVID right now, and it's been very uncomfortable for him and difficult, even though he's a much younger than me and healthier guy. So it's kind of here to stay, you guys. We're going to be living with it because there's not going to be enough percentage of people getting vaccinated that it's going to go away. So unfortunately, I'm afraid it's new normal for us. Fever about 6 hours a day after getting each of your 2 shots. That was it. I was remarkably easy. My wife didn't feel well one day, like just, you know, kind of cold and flu symptoms like you can get. I just extremely lucky. Wow, that battleship really tagged me. Arizona. I'm not paying a hell of a lot of attention. And, your news, Archer. Stay bow into the Arizona, which is, I'm sure, teeing us up again. Let's wait till he shoots.
The enemy team has taken the lead.
And then we're gonna execute a turn. Maybe he's waiting for us to turn. News flash. We're not going to. The Gneisenau is still here, though. We're in trouble. We got really far forward. Really far forward. I just, knowing what I know about the medical industry and having worked in clinical medicine for 12 years, high octane, I believe on balance that vaccination is the thing that's going to get us out of this once people understand that the risks of the disease are in most cases, almost all cases, outweighing the risk of vaccination. But well, Archer, keep us informed. Thanks for sharing. No, you don't have to, and hopefully they figure something out from watching your echocardiogram and see they can help get to the bottom of that and find you some medicine. My wife's on cholesterol medicine and stuff now. She's not the farthest from overweight or anything like that, but just really runs in her family, so it's just kind of scary. Yeah, General, just seek out, you know, full information. And just weigh your own risk. I mean, if you're healthy and you don't have any secondary health problems and you think your odds are going to be high of fighting off infection, then you're obviously taking less risk by not getting vaccinated unless you have loved ones at home that you're around that you might bring the virus home to. I'm not excited to get on a plane tomorrow, even though it's a short flight and I only have one flight. I flew to North Carolina a couple months ago, and that was stressful. Sitting in airports all day, having connections. So luckily, we're not doing that this time. We're just flying to Las Vegas, which is about an hour and a half flight for me. So it's a one trip, direct flight. But I'm not excited about getting on a plane, being in close proximity to people. Okay, it's 350 ribbons. So let's take out Atlanta. It doesn't matter XP or anything like that. I can't remember if we get credit. We're gonna finish the last mission requirement in that last battle. I'm pretty sure we get credit and then we can move on to the next thing. Is that right? You guys would probably know. I should know this. Yeah, General, the stress level at airports is different now. I've never been on planes where you've had unruly passengers until lately. I'm flying back with my 14-year-old daughter, and a couple rows away from us, like 4 younger drunk women just started going insane on the plane. They had to boot them off, and it really delayed our flight. Getting out of the airport, I just, you know, my wife and I own a retail business, and we've had a really hard time hiring people. I imagine part of Archer's stress is, I know he does, at least did, picture framing, and he's very good at what he does, and that's a hard job. It's a long hours and hard work, and we cannot keep our stores staffed. We're closing on Halloween in one of our stores for the first time because we just don't have enough people to work on this Sunday. A lot of businesses around us are all closing early or closing a day, or have signs up saying, you know, please forgive us. But the customers have been, through the whole pandemic period, very, very cranky. So we've had multiple employees quit because they just don't want to deal with people in a retail store setting. And we're not the worst by far, like our business, but it's bad enough for some people to just not want to deal with it. So I kind of worry more about the human race right now than I ever have. Part of it's because I'm older, I've got younger kids, I'm worried about their future. Archer knows when you have a baby and your perspective really changes. Everyone tells you when you have your own children, you think differently and you care more about big issues like the planet. I mean, do I 100% know climate change is happening and man-made? I don't know that it's man-made 100%, but I know it's happening. And when you've got kids that are inheriting this planet, you want them to have a decent chance and a decent, you know, run at life on this planet like I've had. And it's just a little scary and easy to get a bit depressed about things right now. So much happening in the world. Part of it, I think, is just a byproduct of I have an over-analytical mind, always thinking too much. Joel says it's so bad. Everyone got a bunch of free money, so no one wants to work. At least that's what I've observed in your community. That's what's happened here. We don't know. Like the state I live in, Idaho, it's the worst in the nation from what we had just saw from a study of people not coming back to work. I don't know if it's because of the benefits, because I've read other studies from pretty respected academic institutions that they don't think that that's had a role to play. But I can't tell you why we can't even get people to show up to interviews, let alone hire people of late. It's really interesting and weird. Not the norm. Okay, you guys, I have 2 ships on my side. I'm gonna fire, but I know the Shores is gonna be instantly on me because the other 2 ships here are destroyers. So he's most likely not gonna be shooting at the destroyers. If I want to get my 350 ribbons accomplished, I'm gonna have to get closer to these battleships. And the Shores is not gonna be the easiest target to hit in Atlanta. So let's stop firing, because I'm just announcing my presence to those battleships too, and everybody wants to kill an Atlanta, right? Let's open fire when we're in range of the Iowa. Yeah, here they come. Little sidestep, few overpins. The Shores ran into the Iowa. He got killed. It was the Iowa's own personal meat shield. Octane says, just disappointing the way people behave anymore. I've had people said to me for wearing a mask. Yeah, it really has no impact on you. In fact, it's to protect you, right? Not imposing on you by wearing it. Yeah, my area is pretty bad about you're a heretic if you're wearing a mask. Thankfully, it's gotten more relaxed in the last couple months, but we have very low vaccination rate too, so absolutely doing nothing but protecting other people by wearing a mask, not sharing your own germs, right? I really don't want to mess with this Helena and an Atlanta, so I'm not going to turn into him. I know I can usually own an Atlanta and a Helena. This Helena has General Tabs, or Octane's idea, High Octane's idea of taking out their Helena for their fire challenge. It's back on PC where I'd get in battles with Atlantas and Helena and just own Atlantas. But he's distracted. He's shooting at that destroyer. And we have pretty well ranged in our fire on him. We've got the up angle we need. We have the distance kind of dialed in. Main battery range on Atlanta is not great. That is a thing. At least not with my commander setup. Okay, Helena is now turning his guns on us. I'm actually watching his guns, his physical turrets. I know he has hierarching shells too. And as we get this far away, it's not going to be easy for him to hit us either. It's like it's not super easy for us to hit him. Yeah, I think any pandemic like this, General, what you're saying just exposes kind of our own inherent, I think, in times of stress or trouble or panic, our own kind of tendency to go towards self-centeredness and self-preservation. At least in our society where freedom is a core tenet. If you're, in an Asian society or something like that where it's much more of a groupthink type of thing, or obviously in like a communist setting, it's different, I think. I don't know about Canada, but in the US, people are kind of worried about number one right now. I'm gonna go ahead and use our damage control party, which I wouldn't necessarily do, but the Amalfi is inside our spotting range, where we have pretty poor detection on this boat too. Get back to comments in a second, you guys. He's not gonna be the easiest target to hit either, but let's see if we can walk some fire into him. He looks so far away. He's turning off. Oh, hello, Benson. Benson's on the edge of smoke. This Vaklin's doing a great job of keeping people busy over there. Yeah, dude, you gotta come back towards my direction. You got yourself pinned on the sideline. Yeah, not much I could do there. Gotta read where I'm going, too. Archer, he says, you were diagnosed with high blood pressure in 2015. Thought under control and when for some dental work. Blood pressure was 260 over 120. Okay, so you maybe, is that hereditary in your family? Said my wife's cholesterol thing is just crazy. We don't eat a super high fat and cholesterol diet, but her mom and dad both have high cholesterol. And again, she weighs like 100 pounds. It's not anything to do with her size or anything. So she is on statins now and probably will be for the rest of her life. Not that she's happy about that. Ooh, Benson! He's sailing in a straight line, which is kind of helping us, right? Now he's steering impaired. I must have healed his steering. Usually they're going to swing back and forth, so if you just aim in a straight line, you tend to put shells on the straight line that they're zigzagging around. Just missed finishing him, but we drove him way back. Oh crap. Don't let the Iowa hit me. Buddy, the Amalfi's back. I know, the last game was worse, dude. I was not even looking to my left side. But when you've got a Gneisenau and an Arizona that you have to mind, obviously that destroyer, the kid, figured out he could sneak up on me. Smart play. I mean, as a cruiser player, I'm always looking for people that are distracted, right? That's the #1 way to play cruisers effectively, is not being focused, but actually focusing on people who are preoccupied. Okay, we'll go ahead and heal that. We wouldn't burn as long as in a battleship, in a cruiser.
Problem solved, sir.
We've been fighting mostly cruisers and a destroyer, so that's why our hit total is not as high as it would be as normal in Atlanta. Okay, where are you? We know that there's 2 destroyers. One of them's probably right in this gap. Let's do first so we don't get sneaky torpedoed. Let's hold. I'm gonna hold my radar for just a minute. Looks like he went behind one of these islands.
Battle ends in 5
Meanwhile,
minutes.
we can deliver some skyfire on this Amalfi. Running our sonar just lets us kind of zip around the corners of these islands without being so weird. Oh, that was a nice blind shot. Okay. So I'm looking at what island edges I just cleared where the destroyer might be visible. So there's torpedoes from here. Now, is that the Benson? Okay. I've about had it. We're about to use radar. I'm just trying to save it so I'm close enough so I can get off several salvos. Let's go ahead and use it. There he is. He disappeared. Turn into him.
Torpedo tubes destroyed.
Dang it. Dachi's backing up. Too bad. The Amalfi's going away from us, or else we could torp this corner. A lot of people forget Atlanta has torpedoes. Can provide some good close-range surprises. Damn, destroyer's blanking out. Now I don't have a sonar ready. Guessing where the Amalfi's gonna be. Snapshot on the Benson. Shoot, I got armor piercing loaded. It's okay, we'll still kill the Benson if we can find him. Oh no. Somehow I selected HE over to AP while I was fiddling with my consumables. Got our aims dialed in on the Atlanta right now. Oh, dude. Okay, Benson's likely to torp this corner. Sorry, guys. I'll be back on chat in a second here. Is he out of the smoke? Gonna have to bow in towards the area we think he is, which is here. Got a minute and 28 until Sonar reloads. I don't want to get broadside nailed by the Amalfi. It's kind of sketch. It's going to alter my course, not sail in a straight line. I'm worried about that cruiser. Showing broadside to an HE cruiser, not so good. Come on, you little bugger. Yeah. Now I have to watch my mini map to see if the destroyers pop, because I can't look up off the Amalfi or I'm probably gonna die. I have to kite the Amalfi, watch the mini map for the DDs. Oh God, so close.
Torpedoes to port. Torpedoes to port.
No. Too much going on. That was unfair. Trying to keep angles on where 2 destroyers worth of torpedoes could be. Really big bummer that I didn't have my radar reloaded. Hey Hitman, how are you? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. We came close to closing that out. We helped kill the cruiser, but we only needed to kill one of those destroyers. And that Benson barely got away earlier. I actually had it AP loaded, and I probably would have killed him if I had my HE loaded. Hey, Mikey and Matt over on YouTube. Good to see you. Sorry, I've been kind of zoned in on that game. Got 133, 150 ribbons on that. We need to go back to work. We'll take Atlanta out again. Hope you're doing well, Hitman. Good to see you. Octane just catching up. People with believe so much in freedom, they're compelled to impose on others' freedoms. I agree. My biggest issue, I'm not going to discuss any particular political opinions, but my biggest thing with politics is hypocrisy. Drives me crazy. Hey, Rich loves games. Good to see you, Rich. Thank you for the host. It's been a while. Hey, Decadian. Good to see you on the YouTube side. General said you were playing with Normandy earlier and went right into an unspotted Italian battleship, and Ismail pretty much died right there. Yeah, we've had a couple of those running into people tonight, but we've actually had 2 decent games. I wonder if we won that first game. Let's check our progress really quick here. If you just checked in, we were just trying to finish off weekly Havoc. We're going out of the town, my town, for this weekend to Las Vegas to coach a soccer tournament. So yeah, that did count towards our ribbons mission. So we've got, oh, it was 350, not 550. So we're almost halfway there. People talked about Helena, so let's take Helena out, because Helena's rate of fire is frankly as good, very close to as good as Atlanta's. Her reach is a little better. She actually has better concealment. And not easy to aim with, but one of my fun ships to play, especially one of my favorite tech tree ships. Overall, cannot complain, Hitman. Hopefully things are going well for you. Just been stressful with work. We've been busy and short-staffed and kind of crazy. So I can't complain. It could definitely be worse. Rich, how have you been? Hope you're doing well. So we've seen High Octane, we've seen Rich. We see you guys around the same time frame back in the past, so ironically, you're both here tonight. Good to see you. Decadian, how are you? I don't know if you've made it into chat before on YouTube, so thank you for coming in and or checking out our YouTube content. See that Skip won the 100,000 doubloon crate. Holy crap. I'll have to send him a whisper in Twitch. That is awesome. Hey, someone I know actually won one of those. That is cool. That's like a small pension in doubloons.
General quarters.
Well, good for him. I know he just recently had some fun going to the hospital and stuff too, so hopefully he's feeling better, and hopefully that makes him feel a little bit better. That's really, really cool. Skipper MJM divisions with Hitman a lot on Hitman stream. Very, very fun and nice dude, and a good player. If Archer's still in the house, Skip is another good DD main. Plays a lot of DD and plays DDs well, as does Archer. Good to Katie, and I'm glad you're well. Hey Mikey, hope you're doing well too. Seen you for a while. Guys, I recently put out, a couple days ago, a video on HE spammers, so dealing with HE spammers. We are the HE spammer right now, right? We're going over to kind of our favorite spot. We'll see if we make it there alive. Because we're going to draw some fire here. Okay, playing Atlanta is a good warm-up, and Boise for playing Helena. Because again, the guns are really similar. So we got our first 2 salvos on target. Oh no! Fire spammer versus fire spammer. I really like that spot dead ahead for a cruiser. Great area to sit in, where you can sit undetected with low islands that you can shoot over really effectively in a boat like this, but we're not quite in that area. So yeah, this video I put together is kind of 10 tips on dealing with HE spammers. Everything from setting up in a battleship particularly, because a lot of battleship players were complaining on Reddit and other boards about, you know, is it even worth playing World of Warships anymore because of Weimar? And my answer is yes. My other point is that HE spam's nothing new. The boat we were just playing, Atlanta, has been around for a long time. Since 2016 on PC. Since nearly the beginning on Legends. We're getting bombed the heck out of us right now. We have 4 ships targeting us. We're talking a lot. No! Oh, damn you, North Carolina. Best tech tree battleship in the game. I knew that could be ugly. I told you we might not make it to our spot alive. I don't think we're going to if he connects these. Just dodged. I'm gonna try to just get out of dodge here and break detection. There must be a destroyer spotting me. Okay. As long as we don't get blind fired by the North Carolina, we're just gonna get out and then come back in and re-engage and nurse this HP situation. Tougher shot for the North Carolina out here. There is a little bit of revenge factor in play, I will admit. Bless it. Good shot. That's a good North Carolina player. 2 very good salvos on us and at range. And it's floaty shells in North Carolina. Hey, we got a fire on him.
The enemy team has taken the lead.
Okay. 43, 45, 46. Getting some accumulated fire damage. Let's jump back into one of our spammer boats. Let's go back to Atlanta. So anyway, that's exactly how to counter an HE spammer, is to focus them early and often. And focus on your cruisers and destroyers first, your high volume shooting cruisers and destroyers first. Don't let them hang around. So many battleship players go for other battleships first because they're easier targets to hit, but you want to get out any destroyers and cruisers that are within 15 kilometers and spot it as quickly as possible. Dark Architect, hello. Good to see you. We have a good crowd on YouTube. I really appreciate it, you guys. That's awesome. And on the Twitch side, too. Weimar is fun, but not invisible. Yeah, it's easier to detect. That is true. The hull is pretty hard to Citadel straight out, though. That York hull is relatively durable if it's angled at all, is what I find. But I was in North Carolina 2 days ago, and a Weimar came out into the center cap. I don't like a center spawn normally, but I took him out in the first, 90 seconds. I just focused on him, did exactly what that North Carolina just did to me. And when there's one less HE spamming cruiser and you're a battleship, and after 90 seconds or 2 minutes into the game, it's going to be a lot more fun game for you. So we're blabbing a lot, you guys. We're not going for sweaty high damage scores or anything. We're just trying to have fun, interact with the chat here, and we'll get our goals accomplished in these ships. I mean, a battleship, you might only get 50 ribbons shooting every 30 seconds, but you take these guys out, we got 40 ribbons there in an incredibly short-lived game. Dark Architect closing in on 300 subs. Awesome, man. Oh, I think you have to be too. Yeah, it's been pretty good. I can't complain. I've been doing the YouTube thing for close to a year, at least putting my streams over there. And I'll say it's definitely a marathon, not a sprint in gaming. Unless you're in a big game space like Minecraft or something and you get super popular, you can obviously gain a ton of subs really fast, but it's been a slow, kind of steady progress, but it's been fun. I've had some really good feedback from people that I've helped them with their game, which is what I'm here to do on YouTube and on Twitch. Have a good time, get to interact with you guys, not to be the pro all-star player every game. I have my moments, but a lot of the time I'm paying way more attention to talking than to playing. It's harder than you think, you guys. You already have to process a lot of stuff in this game, and then to not have your full attention on who's dialing you up, especially when you're a cruiser main like me, it's interesting. I've kind of got to stay on the move. I'd love to cap this cap, but I worry about this Normandy. It's got 12 guns. Doesn't matter that they're low caliber. That almost makes it easier for him to land citadels on us because less risk of him overpenning. So, in a perfect world, I would have stopped firing and gotten that cap without being seen and then gone back to firing, but we're all about getting ribbons right now, so. And this is where missions drive poor behavior. Dark, I hope you're doing well. I hope your school term is going well. I know your work went really well this summer, which I'm very happy for you for. Maybe that'll line up a job opportunity after school. Just the poipus of a good internship, right? Okay, we're back on the Normandy. So yeah, in my little quick 10 tips video, a lot of it is basically just pulled from other points in some of the other videos we've made on aiming techniques and positioning, and a little bit in that video on setting your battleships up for success in this meta. I think people have forgotten that you can run fight fire with fire, which reduces your overall burn damage, and it also, I think, stops all fire damage until your damage control party has recharged if you have 3 fires on your ship. So, again, Weimar, not invincible, but they're pretty potent, and when you're facing 2 or sometimes 3 in a match, it can get a little tiring if you're in a battleship, so you really have to watch your positioning. Consider switching out Will to Rebuild for something like Fight Fire with Fire. There's Firefighter. There's not one for the Nuisance. There's some other damage control skills. Maybe switch those up for some of your attacking firepower skills. See if that helps. And we just kind of have cruisers to shoot at again. The Shores is doing us a huge favor by not really paying that much attention to us. Our aim got off because of the island. He's dead. Okay, looks like the bulk of their team's back on the other side. Sorry, my auto mod got someone there. Catching that, right, Archer. That Weimar's not OP. Kill it early and BBs can destroy it. Yep, a good battleship player will deal with a Weimar and then use your quick commands. Use your focus fire command. That's what this other game that I had a good kill on a Weimar in my North Carolina. I did get one teammate to also focus him. And I think voice chat is actually worse because people perceive it as instantly toxic. But I love the command wheel. It's why I don't even, you can see I have my mute button on. I never listen to voice chat. World of Tanks console cured me of that. But I use my quick commands a lot, and I can say, I feel like pretty much everything I need to say with my quick commands. Okay, maybe this destroyer can spot up the destroyer that's spotting us. There's two around this area, based on what the mini-map's telling us. I just kind of want to be shifty with my driving patterns so this Florida doesn't tee me up. Okay. Benson won't be easy to hit from this distance. Oop, he's going to hit the island. I'll catch up with chat in a minute, you guys. No, he's going to turn. No, he is going to hit the island. Still can be a little dicey getting consistent hits when it's zoomed out like this. There we go. Okay, we have our radar. Ooh, now we're close enough. Ah! I'm gonna show broadside to the Florida, guys. It's an experiment. Oh, he's shooting HE, you bastard! It's actually not a bad play. Oh, the Florida is like right in our detection range. That's the problem. We're gonna have to kite him like a bugger. Hopefully we can get some of our hits in. Let's see, we have 45 main battery hits right now. Let's see what we can do. We're gonna shake our tail feathers. Classic cruiser open water kiting. Florida knows what he's doing. He's using the right ammo. Now that I'm angled to him, he's using AP. I feel like he's backing away too. I don't see a wake at his bow. So I actually have to aim, I think, behind him now. What's he doing? Yeah, he is backing up. This distance a lot easier for us to evade him. Okay, now my destroyer friend thinks we've been ignoring him.
We've been spotted.
Yeah, I have my radar saved, you guys. Sorry, guys. Let me finish this, and then we'll look at chat. Okay, where did the Benson go? It's Benson and a Fabuki. Oh, crap. And here's the problem, is that we're going to get perma-spotted. We're going to use radar just to see what we can see. It's no use dying without using it. They're not close enough. I told you, this ship has really crappy detection. Florida may have us right now. Again, though, sometimes showing broadside in the Atlanta is the way to go when a battleship is shooting HE at you. This is way more open water than we would normally do. But again, we're living hard, dying fast. Just trying to reap these main battery hits.
All stations, concentrate fire on the target.
The trade-off of being this close is that aiming in Atlanta gets a lot easier under 10 kilometers. So we had 45 when we started that engagement with Florida, and we got up to 159. So we're able to get drop another 115 hits in on him. So now we're one more game, maybe. Or maybe we got it? Let's see. Let's catch up on chat really quick.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
Sorry about my bot. Whoever got nailed by my bot. We saw about skipping the 100,000 doubloons, which is awesome. Archer, are you playing Baltimore now? Baltimore's a great ship. Rich said, if I had 2 phones, I'd be able to watch stream on Twitch and YouTube. Hey, why I appreciate you guys jumping over to YouTube sometimes is that watch hours count on YouTube. So, and I'm never going to make a bunch of money on YouTube either, but it would be nice. You get certain features when you get enough viewing hours and enough subscribers on YouTube to unlock things like a community tab where you can do posts and other tools that they don't give you unless you have that 4,000 hours of watch time, which if you hit some big viral video, it's not hard to do, but I'm a small fish in a big YouTube pond. But hey, just coming by Twitch or YouTube is totally appreciated. Either way, so thanks, Rich. Archer says yes. Oh, wrecked a Vanguard just a few ago? Absolutely can. In general, oh, Nuremberg's a good idea. Let's do Nuremberg for the last one if I'm short. I love Nuremberg. It's now Baby Weimar, right? Hey, Richard Moran, good to see you. Richard's on both. Thank you, sir. Decadian is working on secondary builds. Awesome. Not as fun and overperforming on Legends as they used to be on PC secondary builds. Is Florida still alive? Where's he at? Blinked out. We're gonna lose, but this is the thing, right? With these missions, it doesn't matter if we win or lose. It's just a win rate thing. Dark says, your school term is doing great. Ton of research. Might have the opportunity to research for lighting for baseball fields. That'd be awesome. How about soccer fields? Also research on a solar carport. That's cool. I think the solar road idea is really, really cool. Where the solar cells are built into the road materials, and then if you have an electric car, you do like induction charging while you're driving on the solar road. We're gonna have that stuff before I die, right? So cool. So cool. Dark says the map spawns are random and not set for one place. Each game is unique. Oh, Matt was asking about spawns. Yeah. They're random, but they tend to kind of try to balance out what type of ships are placed where, but it is pretty random, especially when you're on shards.
The enemy team has taken the lead.
And then Matt said, Weimar is a problem for other cruisers. The Pen and Alpha Strike are too much considering the 4-second reload. Done in 5 salvos while angled in your Fiji. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough with other cruisers. I was going up against one in Boise last night, and I think I had a good chance to kill him, but then a battleship killed me because I was broadside and we were down a couple ships. I got focused. I'm just waiting for this to finish, you guys, to see if we need to run one more game. Come on, cruiser, just die. He's barely got any life left. Minute 18 to go. Decadian is on PC, you play on Steam. So do you play only World of Warships PC then? I used to play pretty much exclusively PC. Even after Legends came out, I did the alpha, but I was still playing PC so much that I wasn't immediately like considering doing anything like streaming Legends. But I got to play more and more Legends over time. It was just fun being part of the alpha test, and it was a community in the beginning where you saw a lot of the same folks constantly, which was fun. Think we can win this? I don't think the odds are good. I think the odds are poor. I think a Leander versus Florida is a tough matchup when the Leander only has about 100 hit points. But you never know. He's got torpedoes. And he has strong AP, British AP rounds. So Decadian, how's it going with submarines and random battles? And I know, you know, people are still not happy about aircraft carrier balance and the Russian carrier line. And are you playing any submarines and enjoying submarines, especially in the random battle mode, which is our standard battle mode? I don't think they wanted to call it random again because obviously randoms get made fun of in PC. In PC land. Hey, we got it. I don't care that we got it. We're going to go play Nuremberg anyway. Because now we need a top 2 finish. Just top 2 on our team, though. We don't have to be the winning team. I don't think. Nuremberg may not be favorited right now. Oh boy. I watched Mr. Gibbons. I don't know if you've ever seen him, Decadian. He's on during the day. He's from the UK. Great streamer. Irreverent, but older, cool guy. Funny. I like watching him play. He has good perspective. He was a community contributor and is no longer. Help me out. Nuremberg is tier 4 or tier 5, right? Yeah. Tier 6 on PC. I've not played Nuremberg for a while. If you had this good skill up a captain, a sub with low level captain, no hope and nope. Not fun. Are there homing torpedoes and stuff? That's just crazy to me. I don't know. It just seems like there's enough to worry about in a regular standard battle mode match. I'm assuming that you can get a CV and a submarine in the same match. You're watching planes, you're dodging planes, turning your broadside already to battleships and stuff when you have to dodge planes, and then you have to worry about torpedoes from submarines doing the same thing to you in surface ships. It just seems like a lot. So if you guys on the Legend side didn't know, they said in the beginning they would never, ever do submarines on World of Warships. So what angers a lot of people the most is they feel that Wargaming really went back on their word. Because they had said many times there would never ever be submarines in World of Warships. Were you just playing Nuremberg, General? Yeah, okay. Barbecue to California to death. That's doable, isn't it? So guys, what makes Nuremberg so fun? And Weimar has does Weimar have the 360 turrets? The 360 degree rotating turrets too? I know Friesland does. Beauty of these, if you have any skills that help your turret rotation speed at all, is that you can basically remain firing pretty much the whole time while you're turning. So it makes a great anti-DD boat. Better than Pensacola, right? That huge turret time. And you have good main battery range in Nuremberg, so let's wait for the Fuso to get focused on these other dudes, and then let's open up. Can use mostly HE. You can use AP against other cruisers close in, for sure. And the beauty of these boats is the gun arcs are a lot flatter. It's going to be a lot easier to aim and fire these guns than the American cruisers. Now the foil to that is you don't get to park behind as many island spots and be able to shoot over efficiently or effectively. This is funny, you guys. I just put out a video on HE spammers, and tonight I'm playing all my HE spammers. But hey, you can complain as a Battleship player about HE spam, but you don't have to steer right into the area where the HE spam is. This Fuso is choosing his adventure. He chose his adventure to come right into the spamming lane. He chose to show broadside to our California. I mean, the second part of the video I put together is positioning. It's just positioning. Don't go into island caps immediately that have island cover where you know HE spamming cruisers are going to sit. Thing is with Nuremberg is it's maneuverable enough, like De Grasse, where I'll play it in open water and I'll just try to maneuver. So you're not trapped behind an island, so these Battleship players can't complain, oh, they were just sitting behind an island the whole time. I don't do that in Nuremberg. And you really can't as effectively, because again, your arcs are not as high as the US cruisers. But downrange, the shells get up high enough to drop down in on the enemy, like we're doing here to this North Carolina. Okay, now the back turrets are around. Exposed Citadel on this boat. It can be Citadel quite easily by a ship like North Carolina. So that's the balance, right? Aim well in your battleships and you will nuke an HE spam cruiser out of existence. You will dev strike them. So that's why HE spam to me is fair. Cruiser has to have some way to balance out the impact of the battleship. He's looking for me. He's definitely looking for me. Now he's backing up. I'm watching his smokestacks. The smoke's starting to change to blow towards the front of the ship, which means he's reversing. And we can probably sit in this pocket if we can stop fast enough. Okay, he's gonna keep backing up. We're just gonna back up, and we have a spot here where we actually can use terrain. Oh, poor North Carolina. Bow tanking out of a situation when you're getting spammed is a mistake. He should have accelerated forward and just got the heck out of that position. And turned towards the back of the map if necessary, and then make a turn back into re-engage. So he's just gonna die sad and lonely and not able to fire at anybody behind these islands. That's kind of Nuremberg in action. Unfortunately, oh my gosh, look at the enemies, you guys. They're all turtled up behind A. Rich says, thank God's no subs on Legends. Yeah, don't say that because there's no guarantees, right? That they won't. I don't really mind CVs. There was a big discussion going on Reddit too about World of Tanks. Someone new had come over from World of Tanks console. And he was an Arty player, and he was unhappy that his Arty shells were not penetrating. It's like people are getting into the Arty versus CVs discussion. And I've never thought CVs were nearly as bad as artillery. Not nearly. An Arty that stayed glued on you an entire game of World of Tanks would just make it so unfun. I don't find CVs to be as negative on my playing experience as CVs are, or sorry, as Arty is in World of Tanks. Okay, we're not gonna wait for this Fiji. Look at this. We got 5 ships going after 1 Fiji. That's good strategy, right? Yeah, I see you and I'm helping, buddy.
Affirmative.
Dude, you guys are all chasing one stupid Fiji. So watch me when I
need help.
irritate these people.
Requesting assistance. I need support.
Gonna ping every person over there who's chasing the Fiji. Because we're actually down a ship. We have a points lead because we have 2 caps. We have a plane to spot with, so probably should just park where we're in the driving lane. We have no one to spot for us. There's no DDs in this game. Archer got his 10 Citadel hits in the shores. Nothing but bad luck in that ship. 4 of the Citadels on a Weimar. Who would not switch to HE for some reason? On PC, I've really liked Shores. I have not played it yet on Legends. I've played through Shores 2 or 3 times. Look at these battleships going around the back to go after the Fiji. Guys, look at the map. The battle's going to be here at B. So it's kind of classic. I've had a lot of teams like this lately that are just not reading the map. I'm gonna use this island. Try to get my plane up to see who's spotting me. Where is our cruiser close enough that he was spotting me? Freaking Weimar. And none of my teammates are
Concentrate fire on the enemy
close
warship.
enough to see these guys, I don't think. Or to be within main battery range, maybe. I can't fire yet because that Queen Elizabeth could absolutely wreck me if they were smart enough to fire AP. HE would do a pretty good job on me too, so I'm going to actually get a little more island cover. Because I'm going to get spotted by this Mutsu when I fire. So again, just don't always fire immediately. This is tough. I got a couple angles to defend myself against. I know I'll have shells coming from this direction and the Mutsu behind. So we're just going to kind of kite. This could hurt. Yep. That's what I was worried about. Completely. And look at our team. They're still all at sea. I don't mean the big blue thing. You never want to be in a position in this boat where you're the person being focused. It's just not good for your health. So I'm going to try to run back behind my teammates a little bit. Get second line. Sorry guys, I'll catch up on chat. I just got to pay attention or... Mutsu is now on us. We are running Ingenious so we can tell how many ships are targeting us. When that second indicator blinks on, I know that someone to my left is targeting me too, not just the Mutsu. Come on, baby, hang together. Okay, Mutsu hopefully... Ugh, god dang it. Mutsu hopefully will get fixated on the ships right in front of him. I think we've got enough of that island obscuring our middle of our ship. As soon as the Mutsu turns in, we should be good, as long as no one shoots me in the butt. I think we'll head back behind this area. For Ataka. Yep, and we're getting picked off because we're advancing one by one. Classic. How a decision for 5-6 ships to all chase a cruiser that has no bearing on the match. We're in complete control of the map. Creates an imbalance in the center of the map and basically gives the game away. Positioning decisions. Do not doubt their importance. This little bit of island's not tall enough to block us. Come on. Assuming it's the Mitsu that's spotting us. Now the battleship, instead of taking on the Mitsu, is going around the other side of the island. Hey, Shino Ace. Messing with the speed build. 42 knot Georgia. That's crazy. And I'm amazed how fast they get up and go. If one is sitting still and then you fire, assuming they're sitting still, and they get going, it's crazy how quick they pick up speed. Okay, I'm gonna wait until we get some island cover because the Weimar obviously can do nasty things to us. He's looking the other way though. Now we're just playing for a top 2 finish. Don't mean to be negative. Just pointing out facts. Our team has decided to hand the game over to the other guys. Let me go back here. Rich says, oh, Archer just finished the campaign for Friesland or Lo Yang. Which one are you going to get, Archer? I mean, you would kill it in Lo Yang. Absolutely kill it. Very much up your alley, but Friesland would be a fun change pace. But I could see you just having incredibly dominant games in Lo Yang. Is that for Ataka sitting still enough? Is the question.
Enemy cruiser detected.
Dang it.
You are the last.
Oh my gosh. J Beta Yamato with Georgia speed 6 times in a row. Then Tav says, pass-through commanders you've gotten have all been for carriers. The American battleship commander, not carrier stuff. Alright. We have a pretty good chance of making top 2. Decent chance. But let's see if we can get a little bit more damage done in 30 seconds. Aw, that QE. Say, if he had been closer, we could torpedo him. Take a chance.
Torpedoes astern.
Well, we got a few more hits and a fire. Come on, baby. No. Ugh. Seriously. That stinks. If my team had lived a little bit longer. Alright. Well, we actually don't need this last mission step because it's... What is it, 75? And we already have at least one hard mode mission. All right, let's try something else. I think I've got about one game left here, you guys. I have to log off relatively early tonight. Let's see. What tier? Maybe. Let's go back to the Gross. That Nuremberg game was fun, though. That was a good suggestion. Or should we just do, like, tier 4 and bomb around and, let's do this. Anyone else hate the scroll? Decadian, you're a PC player. There's no multi-level carousel. You know what I mean, right? It's the worst. It's the worst feature of this game. We're going Königsberg. If I don't get it, I don't get it in this game. Maybe I'll log on in the morning and play a quick game or two. Hey, Hitman, thanks for coming in. Let me give a quick shout out to Hitman. Grab his stream, sign up for his stream, catch him when he's streaming, usually during the daytime. Whoops. During the daytime US time. There's his Twitch link. Thanks for coming by, my friend. Hope you have a good day and a good weekend. I'll be on travel for this weekend. Sheena says, oh, 58 not Emilio. The Paolo Emilio is a good ship. It's fun. And I think it's more than a one-trick pony. For sure. I really enjoy playing it, actually. I haven't played a ton, but I have good time in it. Acadian says, you have to ping them to get homing. Oh, with the subs. Can be removed with repair. Okay. Skilled cap can spam ping. You fire torps first, then when close enough, ping you. Okay. That's when they're submerged. I think obviously they have detection when we're talking about subs on the PC side. New York secondary on enemy team was talking crap. By Koenig secondary, bring a boy. He ran and hid. Koenig's a great ship secondaries wise. Way better than New York, like you're saying. Love my German battleships on PC. That was my, the German and the Japanese battleships were two of the first three lines. Germans, US, Japanese. I played a lot of Japanese, US, and German battleships for my first 5,000 games of, or maybe 2,500 games of PC ships. Fun stuff. You pinged the New York minute ran. We're low tier. Which means if we do well, we can actually accumulate more experience points by playing well at low tier. You guys probably already know that when you damage higher tier ships, you get more experience for that.
Enemy battleship sighted.
Just trying to stay concealed, using the edge of that island to block the Nuremberg right now. Now we're gonna switch to... Oh, he's gonna bow in, say we're gonna switch to AP rounds.
Enemy cruiser detected.
My back turrets are... Who's spotting me? Likely a destroyer in the gap, maybe.
Enemy battleship detected.
Again, I'm gonna try to get a spammy cruiser out first. He disappears, then we're gonna go for the battleship. We're gonna get our plane up. I love me a cruiser that has a fighter plane. Total waste of a destroyer, you guys. Absolute waste of a destroyer. He's trying to trade, maybe kill a battleship. But if he lived, he could probably kill 2 or 3 battleships over the course of the game rather than just trade his life for one quick battleship run at the beginning. Now, if I'm feeling super spunky in the ship, I'd make a run for this corner, but I'm spotted. Because the torpedoes are actually not bad on this boat at all. I've not played it for a while, so I'm getting way too close to the edge of this West Virginia. Good guns. Getting fire spammed by the Nern.
The ship is on fire. Problem solved, sir.
That's a Legal.
Main turret critically damaged.
It's a little tough. When the destroyer goes away, all the pressure on these guys is gone. They're no longer getting spotted and worried about the destroyer, keeping their heads down. Yeah. As soon as they have no pressure on them, we really have to think about moving. Not quite enough range on our torpedoes to get the West Virginia on the corner there. I think we only have 6-kilometer torpedo range. Guys are all super brave shooting at a tier 4 cruiser. Okay, I'm gonna have to go dark now. 11-kilometer detection. Problem is these battleships are close enough to detect me. One more tick. Okay. Now we're going to reposition. We're not going to fire. We're going to let these guys find other things to shoot at. Are you John Denvering me to get in? I feel like it is kind of country roads take me home. Used to watch the John Denver show when I was a child, dating myself. American like folk singer who had his own TV show back in the day. I'm banking on these guys, kind of looking off onto this battleship. Someone's targeting me though. I'm just gonna turn, make myself a pesky target to hit. The nearest battleship has got a... it's the West Virginia, unfortunately. Don't hit me. Overpen.
Our team has taken the lead.
This battleship has to pay attention to the battleship close to him, though he lost Biz on him. He lost his gun arc, his firing lane, when he went behind that island, so he traded off onto me. Let's see if we can get maybe one more fire start on the New Mexico. Ship is pretty good at kiting. It's pretty maneuverable. Guns are long enough range at its tier. Not the world's greatest HE shells, nor AP, but good enough. Both are good enough. Again, the torpedoes are good in close quarters combat or for ambushes. This is a fun cruiser. Now we're just going to rotate setting fires. I'll set one guy on fire and then the other guy on fire if I live long enough. Take me home where corn don't grow. I don't remember that verse. Something about West Virginia, though. Shockingly, I always identified with probably the Union, the northern part of the country, but then when my wife did some genealogy stuff on my side of the family, a lot of my relatives came from West Virginia. One who was like a personal staff major of some type to General Robert E. Lee during the Civil War. And was one of the last surviving people who had been on General Lee's staff. He lived to a very old age. I didn't know any of these people. Team's doing well, which tells me we probably don't have a chance of making the top 2. The team is doing too good. Game would have to drag out probably a little longer, though we're not doing bad damage total wise. We don't have any kills. We just lost the kill on that New Mexico. But we will pick a win. Spaceball is a really good spoof movie. Absolutely. That's around the same time frame, Rich. Dark Helmet. There used to be another Star Wars spoof called Hardware Wars. It was a short movie. Remember, it was ham salad. And Princess Leia actually had real cinnamon rolls stuck to the side of her head. It was really stupid. It was like toasters and stuff flying in space, shooting forks at one another. That was the stop motion, or the space fights, the duels between enemy craft. They were on wires, hanging on wires, very obviously. But Spaceballs is good. Like Mel Brooks, Blazing Saddles is another one. Acadian came to USA in 1905. German descent. So my wife is basically German and Russian. I have other relatives who, my uncle's in-laws were all German as well. Like their parents fought. Like my uncle's mother-in-law's father died fighting for Germany in World War II. Never met him. She was a baby. And then they came to the U.S. shortly after the war. So, Shino's dead. We survived. We got middle of the pack, even though, we again, decent damage score. We just didn't get any caps, didn't get any kills. This is really going to drive your score up. And being low tier is tougher. Especially on that side, we had to shift and run a bit because we lost our destroyer. We managed to stay in the fight and continue to harass people and keep their fire off the battleships by distracting them. So we did a role that was important, even though we weren't the high damage dealer. Cruisers just want to harass, but you have to live to harass. And a DD needs to live to be a danger, right? You don't want to die early. Hey, Moist, I was talking about you earlier, saying you just got Shinonome and you were enjoying it. It's awesome. Archer says for sure, read that Mel Brooks is working on History of the World Part 2, going to be a series on Hulu. Yeah, History of the World Part 1 is pretty funny if you've never seen that one too. Robin Hood, Men in Tights. I like Mel Brooks' sense of humor, so I like those movies. They're fun. They're not always the most intelligent. Can be quite slapsticky. Young Frankenstein's another one, right? It's almost that season. You can hear the ghouls in port. Doing well, man. I'm wrapping up. I made it to everything but the last step. I might log on before I leave in the morning to do the last step. But if I don't need to, because I have... What do I have? How much are the extra missions worth? Whoops. The heroic effort. Aren't they worth 125? Okay, yeah. So technically I don't, with that in the bank, and I am going to get this shakedown trials done before it's over. So I hopefully will pick up another 125 next week. So I'm not too worried about if I don't log on in the morning to fix the last step on this week. In a very short week, I'm happy I got this far. All right, you guys, I'm gonna... Hey, Chiefs, what's up, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. God, Chiefs is here. High Octane's come by. Rich Loves Games. Like, all the old crowd. This is awesome. I have 1.3 million global XP. I would have 2 million, but I bought Paolo Emilio, which I'm not upset about. Shino was saying he likes Paolo Emilio. So do I. It's a good ship. I don't like tier 7 all that much. As tier 7 becomes more and more populated and there's more and more kinds of legendary tier ships, and maybe someday they'll put legendary tier in its own freaking tier and not cross-play it with tier 7, that would be amazingly good. But until then, I just don't play as much tier 7. I don't know about you guys. I just don't find it as enjoyable. Tier 6 is my absolute favorite. Tier 5 is fun too. Tier 4 is more for clubbing of the baby seal kind. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to try to save up for the $2 million special or not. Stalingrad. I don't know if it's worth it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know it's a good ship. I don't have it on PC because you had to buy it with steel, and it was really hard to get. You had to be in a clan and be doing clan battles frequently to get it on PC, Chief. So that's why I don't have it at all. So I'm intrigued at getting it because I don't have it on PC, whereas I already have a Missouri. So that's not something that I felt like I needed to grind for. That's why I have so little steel, honestly. So, but I mean, I would like to get it, but then there's a couple good ships. I could get, 2 ships for the price of 1, but we'll see. There's nothing I immediately want to run out and buy right now as far as global XP ships. So I might just keep saving. And I run double boosters on every premium ship game that I play. I run a double global XP booster. So just helps build up that balance. Again, I was 750 or 800 not that long ago. So I think it'll be, 3 months or so. I'll probably have 2 million free or global XP. We call it free XP on PC, and we can think about it. See, then maybe they'll have decided whether they're going to make a balance pass on it too, because they said they might balance it, right? So I would hate to spend 2 million global XP and then have them nerf it. I kind of want to see how competitive it is. Moist, you like playing high tiers? If you like playing destroyers a lot, high tiers not as much of an issue. Oh, Archer went for Eastland. Good choice. That's what I'm going to do. I'm definitely going for Eastland. You have other ships similar to Lo Yang. Anyway, Archer, I think you're going to be good in Friesland too. Moist wants more ways to get steel. I think that is completely valid. I think there should be more ways, but I think they've done it this way on purpose. They want more people playing the non-standard game modes more often, and they also want you to be buying the campaigns out more often so you can get to the endless trials sooner. That's the bottom line. So the bottom line of the bottom line. So until that changes, that thinking, we're not going to be able to win steel any faster. It's going to be arena. It's going to be ranked. And then buying out campaigns are getting to the end of that last week. But, I play a few games at the end of week 5 and get a few steel. That's all I've been doing. I'm not a huge fan of ranked battles personally, and haven't had time to play arena. So of late. Anyway, Archer's taking her Friesland out for her maiden voyage. I'm going to bid you guys adieu for the evening. Great seeing everyone. Dark Architect came by too. And then obviously Archer, Moist, Free Time, Rich, all you guys. This is super, super fun. I'm sorry it's a shorter stream. I have to pack up tonight and get up relatively early tomorrow to get out to the airport, but so fun, and you guys inspire me to get most of my stuff done. So hope you guys have an awesome weekend. Archer, hope you are feeling better by the end of the weekend. You're playing ships, so I don't know if that helps your blood pressure, but anyway, hope things resolve for you quickly, my friend. Take care of yourself. Everyone else, take care of yourself and have a great Halloween. Be safe. Don't egg any houses or put any M80s in any mailboxes. We're all too old for that. So have a great one, you guys. Thank you for coming by. It is extremely appreciated. Enjoyed your company. Have a great holiday weekend and talk to you soon. I'm VannKraken and I am out of here. Eventually.